Hi guys, welcome to another monthly reset. Today we're going to be going over my goals, what I plan to do in the upcoming month, and what I've been doing with my money. So first things, we're going to go over the goals that I set for myself in June. So the first goal that I have here is 800 YouTube subscribers, and we're very close but not there yet. I think the last time I checked it was 780. So 20 more subscribers and then we'll have 800. So I'm sure we can do that this month. So I'm going to roll it over for then. And then my next goal was to post a video weekly. Now this kind of didn't happen. Like I posted 5 videos for the 5 Saturdays in June, which is my goal, is to post usually on Saturdays. That doesn't always happen, but there were a few where they didn't fall on Saturday and there was probably more than a week between uploads because I was like going through some things or super busy because I was out and about. So it was like one thing after the other, but I did manage to get 5 videos up, so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to count it as an accomplishment and we're going to move on from there. And then the next thing I had was to do an event a month. No, I don't think I did any specific events, but I definitely went out several times. Like I went out with my friend for dinner and then I went out on a couple dates, which were really nice. So I count that as an event. Anything that involves me leaving the house and doing something productive is a thing, so I'm good there. And then my next goal was to weight train once a week, and that I did not do. And I think I'm gonna be moving away from weight training temporarily, or I don't know, for a while at least, because I mentioned before, like I injured my back weight training. So since that time I had to do physical therapy, and then once my physical therapy was over I started doing Pilates. So I've been really enjoying Pilates. I used to do Pilates like in my college years and I don't even know why I stopped. Like I was definitely in shape and had like abs and everything back then, so I'm not sure why I stopped doing that. But anyway, I rediscovered it again because, like I said, I was having back issues. So one of the principles of Pilates is like working on your core, and in turn, by strengthening your core, you're able to protect your back. So it's been really nice for that, and I've actually like gotten like I have a few ab lines now, so I'm getting there. So I've been enjoying doing Pilates and I'm still doing my yoga. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna stick to like low impact workouts from now on. So I did not weight train this month and I'm gonna be taking that off my future goals until, I don't know, something changes or I feel the need to like get back to weight training. It's been working so far for me because I still have the muscle that I built from weight training. So as long as I can maintain that, I think I'm okay on the weight training front, but we'll see. My next goal was to donate / list items for sale, and I actually did do that. I think I've had this goal for like several months and I didn't do anything with it. So I ended up listing I think 5 things on eBay and actually made a couple sales. These are just for books. I went over it in my budgeting video regarding like the numbers and whatnot, which if you're interested, definitely check out the budgeting portion of this. But so I did manage to do that, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna try again for this month to at least get a few things up. Like I'm not pressuring myself because like I mentioned before, it's kind of a chore, and yeah, but you know, it's just something that would be nice to do. Eventually, if I can't get this together, then I'm just gonna like donate everything because I'm like literally over this. But yeah. And then the other thing that I had to do last month was to trim my hair, so I did do that. So yeah. And then in terms of money moves, I like this section of the video because I don't really talk about what I do with my money outside of like these videos. And I think it's like kind of nice just to like get a behind the scenes input of like what I've been doing, because I know like I talk about finance a lot, but I have dedicated videos for like specific things. So this is just kind of like the behind the scenes that I've been doing. So let's get into that. So I ended up moving some money around like in my checking and savings accounts to accomplish a few things. So I mentioned that I save prior to getting paid or when I get paid. I save for travel, investing, and my Roth IRA is part of that investing. So I put aside money for my Roth IRA for next year. So that's $6,000 is the max. I don't think it's going to change for next year. So I put aside $6,000 as in I move some money around to have $6,000 set aside. And then now that I've freed up some of my paycheck money, I'm going to be putting that money towards my emergency fund. I've mentioned before that I'm trying to re-up my emergency fund. Like previously I had a 6 months worth of emergency fund, but then I felt like I had like too much cash and I put a good portion of it into investing. But now that the economy is kind of, I don't know, indeterminate. Like I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future based on some of the signals that we've been seeing. So I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So inflation and increase in interest rates, like consumer sentiment has been down. Like there've been continued talk of the possibility of a recession. So those kinds of things are making me a little bit uneasy. So I've decided to focus on getting my emergency fund back up to the full 6 months worth. So that is where I'm going to be putting my extra money towards outside of my other sinking funds that I always contribute to. So I'm going to continue contributing to travel because I actually do have a trip coming up and I'll talk to you guys more about it like when we get closer. And so travel, emergency fund, investing, that is what I'll be focusing on going forward. And then in the same light, I decided to add my Chase Sapphire annual fee as part of a sinking fund because it's $550 every year. And this year, when I had to pay it, like it significantly depleted my checking account because I've been keeping less money in my checking accounts. Like, I don't know if I've explained this before. I think I have, but I only pay myself in my checking account enough money to account for my regular expenses. So that in some ways puts a limit on my spending, and then all my extra money goes to what I mentioned before. So anyway, because my savings account has been lower than it was in the past, like I didn't like the fact that it got depleted with the $550. So anyway, I created a sinking fund and that should be good for next year. So I'll be ready and I don't have to like worry about like depleting my regular spending accounts. And the next thing that I did was I tallied up my financial independence numbers. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I have been striving to reach financial independence because I would like to decrease the amount of time that I'm working and focus on other things that I enjoy doing, because I don't 100% enjoy working, and I'm sure that's like typical for most people, but I'm just like I'm at a breaking point where I need to like do something else with my life. So I'm saving money for that. But last year, I did an update on my financial independence numbers, so feel free to check out that video. And then I did updated numbers comparing last year to this year to see where I'm at, which actually was very nice because through the entire process, I've been feeling kind of, I think I mentioned it, just like feeling stuck based on like the way the stock market has been on a downward trend. Like you're putting money in, but that money is like disappearing in a sort of way. It doesn't disappear technically, but like it feels like it's disappearing because, you know, your account balances go down. But anyway, so I was feeling some kind of way about that, but then going over the numbers, like I felt better. So definitely check out that video if you're just interested to see how that journey has been going. And then the last thing I did was that I updated my budget spreadsheet. So you're gonna see that next month, but I just thought I'd mention it because that's some of the stuff that I've been doing with my money. So that's it for what happened in June. Now we're gonna move on to my plans for July. Okay, so in terms of goals, we're just gonna be bringing back a few of the goals from last month, but like changing them because I'm trying not to be like so strict on myself because I just don't need to be, you know. Like I'm gonna get what needs to get done that's important to me, but like I don't want to stress myself out in the process. So anywho, 800 subscribers, which I'm sure we'll meet. We're only 20 away and we have an entire month to get there. So once again, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe if you enjoy my content and have watched other videos. Next, I'm gonna continue to post a video weekly. So I think that once again, there are like 5 Saturdays in this month, so 5 videos this month, and the span of time between them doesn't matter. Like, it just needs to be 5 videos and that's it. Like, I'm not gonna put like a time stipulation on it because I just don't want to be like stressed out. Like, if I have something else to do or something else comes up or I'm like not in the mood, then you know, I'll just push it back to another time. And then the next thing, continue doing 1 activity a month. I'm thinking if I have anything going on this month. So I don't think anything specific is going on in terms of like events in like my city / area that I want to go to, but I will find something to do to like get out of the house and just like be a human being. And then I'm switching the workout requirements to just be effectively working out 4 days a week, not weight training necessarily. So that's going to be, for now, yoga, Pilates, and then I like to go on walks. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be low impact type things. And then once again, I'm just going to try to donate or list some items for sale. One or the other, as long as something gets done and I'm like making progress. And then for this month, I have a few things that I need to do. So I need to buy tickets to this event that I've been wanting to go to. There's a Scottish event that's coming up that I've been wanting to go to. They've had it last year and I didn't go because I was like, I needed somebody. Like, I felt like I wanted to go with someone, but like there was no one that I knew that wanted to go. And that's the same thing this year as well, but I'm still gonna go by myself. Like, I want to go and nobody wants to go. So this happens a lot to me, and I don't mind like doing things by myself, but like sometimes it's nice to like go with people, but like I'm still gonna go like regardless. Like, I'm not gonna let that get in the way as I have in the past. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, like I actually solo travel a lot. In fact, my last trip when I went to south of France and like southern Italy, I went by myself and it was really nice. So, you know, there's that. Like, I enjoy my own company, but sometimes I want to go places with people, but this time I'm just gonna go by myself and we'll see how that goes. Next thing that I need to do is make a dental appointment for cleaning because I normally go every 6 months. I think that's what's recommended, but I have to like remind myself to do that or make the appointments. And then my other to do was to buy a book, which I did end up doing. So today I went to Target and I got this book. It's called A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah Maas. So this is what the cover looks like. I just happened to, okay, let's start from the beginning. I'm trying to get back into books. Like, I used to be an avid reader as like a child. Like, that was my thing. I loved the escapism of books, but now that I am an adult, my escapism is through other media like TV shows, movies, YouTube. So that's what I have been doing. But I don't know, I'm starting to get, and this happens every summer, like I find myself with extra time that's not being filled and I don't want to do certain things. Like, yes, I can like declutter or organize or clean or something, but I don't want to do that. But I want to do something pleasurable to pass the time, but that's also productive. So anyway, I started reading. So I finished up this book. It's The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and I half read it and then had it sitting for a while, and then I finished it up last month. So then I wanted to find another book and I found this one. This one is A Game of Retribution, and I mentioned it briefly in my budgeting video because I purchased it, but it was decent. This one, it's a Greek mythology based romance, but it's like literally half erotica at the same time, which I'm not against, but it was just like not expected. So there's that. And then this book, clearly I stopped halfway, so I didn't find it that interesting, but upon finishing it, like, it had a valid story / moral / life lesson, so I'm okay with that. And then this one is a fantasy book, so I love fantasy and sci-fi and things of the like, so we'll see how this one goes. So yeah, and that is it for my July reset. Let me know what you guys have planned for July. Are you guys reading any books or have any recommendations? I would love to know. Like I said, I like fantasy, thrillers, maybe a little drama, some romance, anything of that sort. Definitely recommend it below. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video.